Welcome to TFTC Sports. It is your host Chico Grande, aka Chico 2 times. We got Felix Supreme 305 with me as always. We are checking out Ja Morant's epic return. We got Jake Paul representing USA, baby. And we got Draymond Green still beating up the world. Will he ever fix his mind? And Bill Belichick, maybe his time is done, just like Tom Brady is done. But welcome to the show. Tom Brady retired. Everyone know this.
Oh, I thought you meant done. I thought you meant done like
alive.
Trash.
Oh no, I mean he is trash. What? But it's time to start the show.
It's TFTC Sports. You already know what's going on. We bringing you the not weekly. I mean, can we say weekly sports?
No, we're not. This is not a weekly show. This is like a every so often show because whenever we have time, if there's a lot of basketball news, we're going to bring you a TFTC Hoops. That's 100% basketball. TFTC Sports. We're just going to bring you the latest and greatest in professional sports. Usually a lot of NFL, NBA,
Bowling,
a little
chess,
MLB,
BMX.
No, we're not. We're never covering BMX or rollerblading. No, that will not be on this channel. That'll be on my co-host's own channel called Figure Skating Plus.
Comment down below. Let them know figure skating is a real sport, just like the spelling bee. If it's on ESPN, it's a real sport. I'm just saying. Hot dog eating contest.
Is that how they used to get you to study?
Facts.
Because we know you weren't getting an athletic scholarship. But speaking of athletic scholarships, let's see what's going on. We got Ja looking like he's trying to get a scholarship. Let's see. There's Ja Morant. But Ja put up 34 points. We got Desmond Bane putting up 21. And we got T-Rip. And when did they start calling him T-Rip?
I don't know. They start calling him Jaren Jackson.
Jaren Jackson T-Rip.
I mean, I don't know. I guess because he won. Wasn't he on all defensive team last year? Was it first team?
Yep. He was the defensive player of the year the other year.
So that's probably where we got the name from. But if you didn't know, yesterday was Ja Morant's first game back after the 25-game suspension. Of course, man, he was looking real slow in the beginning of the first half, but in the second half, he had to cook him, dropping 25 in the second half, the 34 to end the game to cook the Pelicans.
Yeah, to cook the Pelicans. I think they were down by like 30 in the first half. And then, or was it 24? It was between 24 and 30, somewhere like that. And they ended up coming all the way back, and Ja hit the game winner.
And like he said, man, I'm a dog. That's why I won this. You know, he took his sleeve off. He had to put on. His sister went all crazy. And I mean, I have to say, I am kind of surprised, but this is a perfect story to happen for Ja Morant first game back after 25 games. It couldn't have been no better. Just like Tom Brady getting on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and taking them to the bowl and winning that big one.
Oh, they ain't winning the big one. They'll be lucky if they make it into the play-in this year with that tough start. Ja's going to have to put it in almost MVP mode to get his team into the play-in and playoffs. But they could possibly do it. Now they got their main guy back. It kind of puts everyone in their natural position. Instead of Desmond Bane having to be the number one scorer, he moves to the number 2, and Jaren Jackson goes to a third scorer, almost like in the Chris Bosh role. And I think they both perform in the second and third role rather than the first and second. So it puts them in the right spot. And then if you don't remember that they got Marcus Smart, who's currently injured. But if he comes back, he'll play excellent defense, and he can knock down the open threes. And then even their real center, Steve Adams, is still injured. I don't think he's playing this whole season. But they got Tillman as Jaren Jackson's backup, and he's been pretty solid. So we'll see what they do, but I think Clark got injured as well, and he was also a big part of their offense last year.
They needed to get
and why they went so good. So they were already down, a few big players, 3 big players, and to get their main guy back, I think that's going to help them a lot. But we'll see if it'll be enough wins that they could string together to get them in the play-in or playoffs.
But you already hear word around the league. Some people saying like they might as well just tank and just finish the season, get a good draft, get in a good position to get a draft pick, and just wait till next year. Because 25 games is a lot of games.
It's kind of bad. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of good to do so, kind of bad because you don't want to do that with your team. You don't want a losing culture of tanking and losing games on purpose.
Like the Spurs,
doing things
the
like
Pistons.
that. Yeah, I mean they're just terrible. And then, but Dallas did it the other year where they kind of struggled, and instead of like turning it up to try to make the playoffs at the end, they turned it down and they missed the playoffs. But they ended up getting a top 15 pick, and now they got their starting center Derek
Yeah, I was
Lively,
sick when that happened.
and
Yeah, I was
he's
so mad when they didn't get a top 10 draft pick. Yeah, I was like, what in the world? Why do we
oh
lose all these games? And then
yeah. Well, we ended up getting a top 15, but yeah, a lot of people thought like I think Dallas won like a few of their last like 5 games,
hmm
like a handful of them, and they were saying like, man, if you would have lost a few more games, we would have got a top 10 pick.
nah, but y'all,
So that's like when if we're talking about like with Seth and TFTC NFL Weekly picks the Giants, they were doing so bad that they're not going to make the playoffs. You might as well tank. But then they
hmm
start winning all these games in a row, so they start ruining their chances in the draft. And it's like, do you want to start winning, building that winning culture back up, or do you want to actually make a strategic move and get a top, a better pick, a higher pick?
true. But coming up next, they
What
got
would you do
what?
if your team was kind of on the line?
Like
Would
they
you shut it down or would you turn it
Nah,
up?
I mean this is my team right here. If I was the coach of the Grizzlies, I'll say let's go for the play-in tournament. We gonna get in. Once we get in there, it's anybody ball game. Once you get in the play-in, it's 0-0. Everybody got zero. Nobody better than nobody else. But it looks like here next game they got the Nuggets, and then after that they got the Clippers. Then they got the was that the Kings
What? Where?
on the 31st of December.
Oh yeah, Sacramento. Sorry.
So they got Kings. So they play in Denver. So how many? So
I didn't see it.
those next 3 games coming up. Which one of those 3 games do you think they have the most obvious chance to win, with the most
Wait,
potential to
because
win?
today's the
20th.
today's the 20th. They played on the 19th. So
Oh, I'm
yeah, they,
tripping.
they they got
Indiana,
Indiana,
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Pelicans again in the
That's what
rematch.
got me because it's the
Yeah,
same day.
Denver, Clippers, Sacramento. The screen's a little far, so sometimes it's hard to read. But yeah, I mean, they got some tough games. I
They could
mean,
be
we'll
Indy.
see.
They could be Atlanta.
OKC will be fun to see Shea Gilgeous go against. Oh wait, they already had that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the 20th. Oh, that would have been good to see him play Shea, but they'll probably play him
They'll play them
again.
again.
But he'll go against Halliburton on the 21st tomorrow, and then they
He'll
have the
shut that
chance to
down.
play Atlanta against Trey Young. That'll be good. Rematch against the Pelicans, Jamal Murray, and then James Harden, and then
Yeah, they've been
De'Aaron
balling out.
Fox.
I
So
think the Clippers on the 13 game winning streak right now.
yeah, and they were looking pretty good against the Mavs, but the Mavs have a lot of injuries. They're still doing decent, but weathering the injuries and still getting wins. But they've been having a tough time against the higher teams with a lot of their guys and Kyrie missing. So hopefully they get healthy.
Before we move on, do you think Ja's gonna pull it out again? Is he gonna get suspended again?
If he pulls it out again, he's going to jail.
You know what I mean?
He's gonna pull out the
You seen
blicky,
the
be like John Wiki.
you saw and people are already making jokes about it. Who's that the group of boys that be making the videos with like J. Cole? When they, oh, Jermaine Cole just dropped, and they be doing all the other videos. They do all
Oh, the comedian dude.
the comedian group of dudes. They live in the same
I
house.
forget.
Whatever the RC World, whatever it is.
The RBC.
Yeah, they just did a skit with John Moran already. He was like, as soon as he won, it was like, "What you doing, Ja? What you doing, Ja?" He's like, "Nothing. I'm texting my mama. I'm texting my mama." He's like, "No, you're not. He on live. He on live." He said, come on." He pulled the gun out. He's like, "I gotta show him. Sitting on business.
Celebration shots.
Hey, no put." But I mean, hey man, give it up to Ja, man. I pray you get it right, man. I pray you don't end up like Draymond this season.
I love whenever he first got in trouble and they had the Eminem video where
Mhm.
he was dissing the dude in 8 Mile.
Oh yeah, Clarence
Him
said
there.
we're his real name's Clarence. He has his parents.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
That was
It
horrible.
was a really funny meme. But yeah, let us know. We'll probably have a TFTC hoops episode because we're gonna have one. Should we do one before or after the Christmas Day games, like a recap? Because the Christmas Day games is big.
Ooh.
So I know we'll do another TFTC hoop soon.
Yeah, we'll probably do it on day after Christmas. The day after
Yeah.
Christmas is the next TFTC hoops.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
I like that. And also, man, make sure y'all check out TFTC football. What
TFTC NFL weekly picks.
packs dropping every Wednesday.
We got playlists for it all. So just go to the playlist. You can find the NFL, the hoops, or the sports, and check out any category you wish to. Also, check out the podcast, the current events, and the clip channel. We're starting to clip out even the sports, so you could get that on TFTC clips.
Hey,
But we got some boxing news. We got Jake Paul knocking the F out of Andre August, and said Jake Paul is 7-1 and August is 10-1. So he was undefeated before this.
I mean, yeah, basically.
How come I never heard of him? Didn't they say he did something else?
No,
Was
no,
this like another guy that did like MMA and like retired and then like wants to like take a fight?
I
I
mean,
don't really know much about
he
Andre August.
he's a professional box. He is a professional boxer, and I mean, only thing about him since COVID happened, a lot of the boxers wasn't getting a lot of fights, so he didn't box for at least 3 to 4 years. He hasn't boxed. So I mean, Jake, he was already undefeated. So Jake Paul, want to give him that big payday, and he panned out. But I mean, when I watching this fight here, it it looked like he need to retire already, man. It looks like he need to retire. He probably
Andre
still sleep with
August?
Andre. He probably still sleep with Nate Robinson.
They said that he was setting it up by the way he was defending. He kept on just like putting his hands together
Uh-huh.
and like doing that defense, and that he just split his hands and then uppercut.
Yeah, I
And
seen
they
it.
said that's when someone's like doing like a weak guard where they're not really paying attention, they're just putting it up. You could split it and uppercut him all the time.
And then I seen a lot of other people said that was the same problem they had with him in other fights. Like other fights, he did that, but he got lucky because what he normally do if you swing at Andre, he'd duck and like instead of like backing his head and weaving to the left or right, he ducks down every time. Like by default, he just ducks down. So like by the end of the first quarter, close to the end of the first round, Jake was like just swinging like this. He just kept doing the same thing for like 7 seconds. And then the dude just kept like just tucking his head down, and then he just came
Just
back
set
and
him up.
just uppercutted him and just knocked
Hadouken.
out. He just basically went
finished
straight.
him.
He basically knocked him out straight out. But I mean,
We can't really show the footage, but we got kind of a funny video of like what happened there, so we'll show you. Ooh, I guess we can.
put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. Night night. Night night.
Am I
Oh,
shocked? No. Like we all know that Jake just looks for super easy fights, and he fought a cab driver this time.
Cab
so
driver.
yeah, it is what it is. I don't really care about him. I didn't even know he was fine. I didn't even know he was fine at the same time as me. So
When we fought Speed, I told you.
Oh yeah, I didn't see. So did he beat Speed?
Man, he cheated my dog Speed. He told Speed he went finna go 6th round. He only went 4 because he knew Speed was finna put them hands on him. But
I got to see the clips.
But back to the story at hand. So, he beat Andre. And, I mean, everybody's saying, he needs to fight KSI next. But people they don't know how KSI feels. 1 minute he wanted to box. And next minute he want to do some art stuff. Next minute he want to start
Focusing on Prime.
focus on Prime. He doesn't really want to stay focused in it. But they're trying to get him to fight Jake Paul now. Since he just fought Speed. So, hopefully he's still in the boxing mood, but we're going to see about that.
And he announced today that he's going to be partaking in the
Paris
USA
Olymp-
boxing, the
Ooh.
Paris Olympics. So I don't know. He got invited by Team USA. We'll see if he could be a boxer. And I know they have like a camp, and then it's like the NBA where they invite a bunch of players, and then some are for practice squads, some end up making it, and some get cut. So we'll have to see if this is like a real invite. Is he a practice guy? Are they inviting him for real? Is this man actually good enough to represent USA in
You
the
think-
Olympics?
What if he does? What if they make him? What if basically they get?
What could people say now if they're like you pick the easiest opponents, but now if you go to Olympics, you're just fighting the best of the other countries' guys that are available. So I mean, he's not picking any fights in. So if he goes and wins a gold medal for his weight division, could you say
What if he
anything?
wins a bronze? Do you still give him a chance if he just wins a bronze?
I'd have to check his competition honestly before I rate him. If he goes against like a seasoned guy that's like a real deal boxer, and then it's like he does good but loses, I'll give him respect.
Because I mean, you remember
But-
he's up there. This isn't like a lightweight or something like that. Fighting at 135,
Yeah.
it's like 190. His last fight he was at 199.
That's crazy because it's like we laugh, me and my co-hosts, and whenever we watch fights, whether it's MMA or boxing, because a lot of these guys are like super tiny. They weigh like 140 pounds, and it's like I weighed that in middle school, and it's like if me and my co-hosts fought, we would be like heavyweights.
We were fighting Jake Paul.
Yeah, like we would be fighting the big boys. Some of those guys is crazy. I don't know if I want to fight no crazy behemoth
Wilder,
like
Wilder fighting Fury.
6'3". Yeah, Fury's like 6'7". I'm not fighting freaking. I'm 6 foot. I'm not doing that.
I mean, I can see it happen, but I mean, comment below. Let us know how you feel about this. Do you feel like Jake Paul's even gonna make it past the sparring thing, or is USA just bringing him here to bring publicity? Because Jake Paul is gonna bring the lights and the cameras and everything. It's gonna be a show.
Yeah, I mean, I think the American boxing will probably do that because I know sometimes some of the sports get lost in the shuffle because there's so many sports in the Olympics. But to bring maybe some light to boxing because I don't know if boxing is even on like some sports aren't even on TV. They're like on
True.
streamed. They're
Pay per
either
view
on
only.
YouTube or something. No, I mean
Amazon
not pay per
Prime.
view or they might be. I think now that everyone's doing their streaming, they might have like the NBC
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Some of those apps, they'll be like, oh, if you want to watch all the Olympic
It was
sports,
Showtime, but you
you got
remember
to
Showtime?
subscribe.
It was Showtime boxing, but I think
Yeah,
that
they're not
ended.
gonna have it for Olympics, so that'll be someone
Oh
else.
yeah, I'll
That'll
be
be
like
like
ABC.
ABC, NBC.
Yeah,
So you'd have to get what is their channel called?
it's like I don't ABC regular TV.
Yeah, but they have their own app, like wherever Yellowstone's on.
Okay, okay, okay. But moving on here from going to one boxing match to going into the octagon, man, we got UFC fight 296.
Yeah, shout out our boy real good underscore Doty. I actually watched these fights live at his house. We barbecued and watched this fight. My co-host was supposed to be there, but he was out there shaking his tail feathers, so he couldn't make it. But we watched some epic fights, man. And some of the early fights, the prelims and
Uh
early
huh.
prelims, were actually ended up being way better fights than kind of the main card here. The we could just we could start off with the main fight. Edwards versus
Uh
Covington,
huh.
supposed to be a huge fight. It was honestly a super letdown. Covington talked a whole lot of trash, saying that he was gonna do this and that, and he basically he fought like he was scared. And then Edwards knows that like to really beat like take the title from a champion, like
Mm-hmm.
you have to beat him.
You
You're
can't
not
draw.
you can't just like survive
Yeah,
and
basically.
then you're not just gonna survive and beat the champion. So Edwards just was fine with him, like not really pushing the pace, and he didn't really attack either. So it was like how in like a lot of times in
Like
the
a Floyd
first
Mayweather fight.
in the first yeah basically like in the first round, where guys are kind of feeling each other out and they're not really like super engaging.
Yeah.
They did that like the whole fight.
Hey,
Like it,
that's worse than hugging. That's
it
up there with hugging with
people
boxing.
were booing. People were literally booing them. It was a weak fight. Edwards won clearly. They did get in some like on the ground a little bit, and Edwards did land some combos, but neither guy was really phased. Oh, you know what? I will say, Edwards did crip kick the crap out of Covington's leg. He was
Ooh.
just kept on kicking him, and if you ever play the UFC games where it's like, oh, your guy can't walk anymore,
Yeah.
I felt like his like health bar was like right there, where he was gonna like go
He
down.
like
His
snap
like
his leg in
his
half.
like lower leg, like his lower like back thigh was like it
Purple,
was like another color, yeah.
purple and
Yeah,
red.
yeah, that part and on his like his leg. So like he was taking a whole bunch of kicks, and that's what I was saying. Like he kept on just taking kicks, so like Covington wouldn't really engage, and Edwards was just fine just kicking him for 4 rounds. But
Boring.
yeah, it was boring. So that was a letdown. Um, oh, let me see. Paddy Pimblett, he hadn't fought in a while. That was a really letdown fight. He fought Ferguson, who's a guy that we thought was going to retire like
Uh huh.
5 times in a row, but never did. And it was a weak fight. Paddy kind of won. He dominated him. He had him on the ground and was in the dominant position, but could never like land a hammer fist to knock him out. So he
With the
was
decision.
yeah, went to decision. But Emmett versus Mitchell, I mean, god
That was
dang, pray
crazy.
for Mitchell. He took the fight on a 3 week notice and he got his lights put
Oh
the
yeah, that's when
F
they got
out.
knocked out, and then he woke up back in the barn.
Yeah. But he had like a baby seizure, and he was actually Mitchell was really thankful to Emmett. He said he could have came in with a hammer
Hammer fist and
fist,
just
probably ended my world. And he goes, but once he saw I was down, he just let up. And he goes, that was really big of him because I was
it's real
having a
sportsmanship.
convulsion, and who knows what another big hit could have done to his brain. But yeah, a lot of I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not a UFC like
Enthusiast
extraordinaire.
extraordinaire.
I watch some of the biggest fights. I keep tabs on some of the biggest fighters, but I don't know every person's name or all that. But a couple of the girls fought, and that was maybe like the bloodiest, most brutal fight
Yeah,
I'd
them girls
ever
were going
seen.
at it. They
Um,
don't be care.
what I want to say, what I believe it was what is that, Aldana versus Rosa?
Uh huh.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So correct me if
Ooh,
I'm
them
wrong
girls
in the
from Brazil
comments.
don't be.
But we were watching it while we were cooking and barbecuing, and they were getting after it. Some epic fights. So yeah, put in the comment below what your favorite fight was. Mine definitely was the Emmett versus Mitchell that had the most action, and a lot of the other main car fights were a letdown.
Mhm.
But you have anything else on this? You
No.
saw my coach. You didn't see
I didn't
it,
even
but
get a chance to watch it this time. I guess I got to wait for the next fight. I think the next fight is to do what's it, Strickland. I think Strickland
Yeah,
is Strickland's the next fight coming up. I think is UFC. I think they're finna
they
be
were
in
fighting
Miami.
in the crowd. Yeah, that's gonna be epic. Yeah,
That's gonna be a crazy one. So I mean,
we showed me and our other co-host, Real Good Doty, that does the NFL picks with us. We were showing Jesse some highlights, and he got to check them out. So he got to see the highlights.
We're gonna
I
see.
don't think we showed you the Covington, but we showed you some of the other ones. I think we saw the girl ones, but I can't remember exactly their names. But yeah, and then we showed them the Mitchell get knocked out, which was truly epic. But
I'm definitely finna have to watch it.
let us know. Do you want? It seems like we get a lot of views on our UFC and boxing videos.
I don't know. It's like I remember. Like with boxing, there's like once every so often you see a big boxing fight, but with UFC, it's like every month. It's like another fight.
This was the last, I think, UFC before Christmas for the end of the year.
The next one's gonna be what
in January. Yeah, and we're gonna be honest. We're UFC casuals. We're boxing casuals. We just love watching fighting when we can. We cover a million things, and let us know. Should we follow this more closely, where we get to learn, most of the fighters' names and maybe a little bit about them? Let us know if you want us to check that out. Put it in the comments section. If we get enough comments, enough likes, and enough views, we'll do it for you. We'll get more into the UFC.
Steph gonna make us watch it anyway.
We like watching it anyway, but we'll be
watch this.
We'll start becoming
running up to us. Watch this.
Oh, he also does jujitsu, so he's like, I learned that move.
And comment down below, should we slap him for doing jujitsu? Cause it's jujitsu. Out of all the things he could have picked,
I mean, he needs to either learn boxing or how to dodge bullets, because no one's gonna fight.
he's like 6'4", 6'3", 2 something. Like
Seth got
230.
out of the car to fight me. I'm hitting him with the taser immediately. No, I'm kidding. I don't even own a taser.
Ah man, but I know who on the taser. Moving on.
I'll get one for Seth though.
Facts.
No, I'm kidding. But thanks for watching that. Let's go ahead and get to Draymond Green, man. NBA news, a little bit of a TFTC hoops action, I guess you could say. But Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely, which means he's gonna have to get like anger management treatment, go through a whole course, and if he shows that he's made the strides by whoever's evaluating him, I guess they'll let him play. But there's no timetable. He could go on for 5 games. He could be gone for 30. It's really all dependent on Draymond and his anger.
Basically, so I mean, most people saying he's basically not gonna come back until the middle of January. So I mean, we're gonna see how it goes.
How many games do you think he ends up missing? 15?
I really think he's trying to get to the.
He wants a break, so he's gonna be like,
he wants to the trade
it's
deadline.
so hard in here.
He wants to go, get a break all the way to the trade deadline, so that way they can't trade him. Because they need to break up the Warriors. The Warriors is over with. The dynasty is done. I mean,
got lucky with that last
dead
one.
leg Clay can't guard anybody to save his life no more. You got Chris Paul. I guess it's like another D'Angelo Russell thing. Like when they
oh yeah, like that didn't work out like
so
crazy.
they just trade him. Like it didn't make any sense at all. Like why do you have this person here? Yeah. So I mean I guess he's just gonna be here for a trade piece. Ain't no telling where he finna go. But I mean it's a lot of things the Warriors need to do. But I mean I have to say this has to be because they've been allowing this to happen for so long. And since they now
he's been unchecked for so long that he's been like unhinged. Like I couldn't believe they didn't do anything when he kicked like Steven Adams twice in the nuts, twice in the same season. He just straight up judo kicked him in the nuts and like kicked him right in his kiwis. And like that's not cool. Steven Adams is like one of the nicest persons in the leagues. He helps up the other team when they fall. And like that's the guy you're gonna kick in the nuts. We don't appreciate it, Draymond.
Even we got Charles Barkley here talking about he doesn't even feel like this was an accident.
He says, Charles, that it was an accident.
Yeah,
you've seen
lying.
the videotape.
He's lying. He's lying.
Is he? Why do you say that?
Well, because if you ask, look, he takes a look where the guy's face is. If he had to just flail around, he wouldn't have caught him squarely on the face. You have to really slow the tape down.
I don't see him looking around.
Look. Oh, you saw it then, though, didn't you?
No, but listen,
That's
he
a straight up
spins
punch in
around.
the back of the
Yeah,
head.
I've met
It's illegal
Draymond. I've
hitting
always
boxing.
thought he was a really nice guy.
I like Draymond,
But
this is you can't punch guys.
But the way he was spinning around, I'm being serious here. The way he was spinning around, it did seem like it was sort of out of control. It didn't look deliberate to me.
He didn't slap him. He punched him. There's a difference.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised it's indefinite. I thought it would be a big number because he was just suspended for 5 games.
Yeah.
Indefinite makes me, I don't even know what that really means, honestly. But it sounds to me like they're going to make him undergo some type of counseling. Listen, everybody.
Around here is look, first off, the indefinite tag. I think in every indefinite suspension that the NBA has handed out historically, it's gone maybe 8 or 9 games before the indefinite tag was lifted.
Correct.
We most recently saw the indefinite tag with Ja Morant, and then he was out for 8 or 9 games while he did his recovery process and everything, and then he got the subsequent suspension that he's still serving currently in this season. But the indefinite tag only got him the 8 or 9 games last year. At this point, it feels like Dre is going to spend some time away. He's still being allowed to practice, I believe, right, with the team while serving the suspension.
Yeah, he's going to be around the team. He's practicing with the team. I don't think he's allowed to be with the team for games and shoot arounds and stuff like that. But yes, my understanding is, and Mike Dunleavy Jr.
That's when he tackled Bradley Beal into the stands.
I mean, y'all said y'all wanted
line
90s.
stepper.
Y'all said y'all wanted 90s basketball. How you can't get more 90s than Draymond?
I want the whole league to be like that, but they won't do it. They're scared. They know they're scared.
I mean, yeah, I can see a lot of people stepping out like this.
Rudy Gobert wouldn't even step on the court anymore with
He'd be a
Draymond.
waste. He'd be a waste. But I mean, with this whole situation, I mean, he just can't be doing this. He did this. They didn't complain when they beat the Cavaliers and they basically snapped Kevin Love's arm. They didn't complain then.
That he did against the Celtics. That was Kelly Olynyk that
snapped his
pulled
arm.
out Caleb's
What
arm.
did they do? They did.
They hit. I think Kyrie's kneecap got injured, but also Draymond. Whenever the Cavs came back from a 3-1, he got suspended for Game 6 because in Game 5 he hit LeBron in the nuts. Because remember, they dove and Draymond fell down and LeBron stepped over him to help on the fast break. And when he was stepping over, he cup checked him. He just did a quick slap to his nuts, and the refs saw it, and then he got suspended for the Game 6, which they won, and then of course Kyrie hit the shot in Game 7 after LeBron did the block.
And who's the one that injured Kawhi?
That was Zaza Pachulia. That was the backup center for the Warriors. I think he actually started. I think it was him and Andrew Bogut started. I don't remember if he was starting at the time, but yeah, the Spurs were dominating the Warriors in the playoffs in Game 1, and then Kawhi snapped his ankle, and because of Zaza Pachulia, which they made the Zaza Pachulia rule, you can't put your feet underneath.
The landing space.
Yeah, and so it ended up just not working out for him after that. I think the Warriors came back, they won the game, and then I think they ended up sweeping the Spurs because Kawhi didn't play another game. But when Kawhi was playing, they were beating him by 30.
True. So what do you think the Warriors need to do now to basically get into the playoff contention? Because right now they trash. I think they the third worst team in the West.
Rumors on the street is that for whatever, this is far-fetched, so hear me out. Take it with a ginormous grain of salt. But rumors on the street is that Draymond Green possibly wants to get traded to Dallas.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Now, I don't understand this because you already got Luka with the ball handle, splitting time with Kyrie ball handle, and the best thing with Draymond on offense is him running the point, basically. So I don't see them letting Draymond run the point and having Luka come off screens and stuff like they do with Steph Curry and Clay.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. And who would you give away? Grant Williams? You give away a whole shooter for him?
Yeah, and Grant Williams is a way better shooter. Grant Williams is shooting in the high 40% from 3, and Draymond's usually never near there. So I don't know. I don't really agree with it, but they're also saying that possibly LeBron wants to play in Dallas when he leaves the Lakers.
You want everybody to go to Dallas.
And so they're saying that Draymond and LeBron want to play together, and then if Dallas even goes with a late round, first round pick and drafts Bronny, they could get Bronny, LeBron, and Draymond on Dallas with Luka and Kyrie.
I can see him joining Miami.
Could you imagine if they did that and then Bronny came off the bench and won a championship with LeBron and Luka? And he's like, I got my son a championship before I retired. I'm the real GOAT. Michael Jordan could never get Marcus Jordan even into the league.
What about if you play it on
I'm just joking. I think Jordan's the GOAT.
The Brooklyn Nets.
What?
Who their power forward is? Do you know who the starting power forward for Brooklyn Nets? The Nets?
Dorian Finley-Smith, or what is it, Cam Johnson?
Yeah, so I think I can see Draymond over there.
Yeah,
being the starting power forward, he can do this something there. I can definitely see them trading him for Julius Randle, doing the pair swap.
They need to trade him for Sochin.
Who
from the Spurs?
for the Spurs.
From the Spurs.
The dude with the colorful hair?
Yeah, he could take his spot as point guard.
Horrible.
And then who will actually know how to feed Wemby? Because Ochin sucks. You suck, dog.
I can see that. Oh, that'd be Draymond in San Antonio?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
And he could wear
can
number
see that.
10 like Dennis Rodman. Or wait, what number did Dennis wear on the
like-
Spurs? Like 8 or something? I forget. Or what?
I think it's like 90 something.
Yeah, 91. I
think-
don't know. I forget. Because what he changed his number from the Pistons to the Bulls to
the Spurs. He changed. Yeah, he changed.
I think he was on the Spurs before the Bulls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, he was on the Spurs before. Yeah, he went to the Spurs. He was at the Spurs, and then he left the Spurs and went to the Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens for Draymond. I'm going to say he's going to miss somewhere between 15 and 20 games at the end of this. He's
Again.
already missed 5, so that means he's going to at least miss like 25 games this season. It's crazy. It's not because he's injured. It's because of his attitude, which is crazy to
Oh,
hear.
but you know, also they're saying he's attacking basically foreigner players because everybody he's hit has been foreign. I'm telling you what ESPN, not ESPN. I'm just telling you what they said. They're saying
Draymond Green.
Oh,
You thought I was saying
that's about
you.
me. What? I'm like, nah. They said about
You're not
Draymond
the one
Green.
attacking at people. That's Draymond.
Everybody that Draymond's
I'll-
attacking is the big, like the European bigs.
Yeah, that's why I hit the button.
But-
Draymond's being racist out here allegedly.
But I bet he won't draft the Joel Embiid or Giannis.
He's definitely not doing Giannis.
You seen Giannis?
The way
run-
Giannis went after the ball when they stole his ball, they didn't want no parts.
Well,
of
nobody
Giannis.
want no smoke with Giannis, man. But comment below. Let us know how you feel about the suspension. Do you feel like he needs to get at least 20 games? Should be at least until after the All-Star game? And let us also know what can the Warriors do to basically improve their roster because you know they trained Chris Paul. Who else they finna trade?
I don't know.
Kuminga. They finna trade.
Nah, they're keeping Kuminga.
They gotta trade. They gotta trade one of them. They need something.
They're gonna change.
Oh no. Oh Wiggins, because Wiggins is trash.
They're gonna trade Wiggins, Draymond, and
keep Clay.
what's the other guy that plays with Kuminga that comes off the bench?
Moody, is it Moody?
Moses Moody. They might trade Moody, but I think they're keeping Kuminga. Kuminga's pretty good. But yeah, thanks for if you're watching this on the Clips channel, thanks for checking it out. But if you want to watch the whole show, go over to Tales from the Crib. But let's go over to the last sports topic of the day.
We got Bill.
Oh wait, we actually got a couple more.
We got Bill Belichick. And word on the street is that this is going to be his last season as a New England Patriots. Some people were sad. Some people were happy. Some people said, I told you so. It was all
I hate
Tom
the
Brady.
Patriots. I hate Bill Belichick. I hate Tom Brady. I hate every sports team in the Boston. So
Celtics,
I could care less.
Boston
I hate the
Sox.
Celtics. I hate the Red Sox. I hate the Bruins. What other sports teams do they have?
You hate, what's his name? The dude from they made Ted? Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, I hate you too. No, he's funny. He's cool.
Larry Bird?
No, I don't hate Larry Bird. Larry Bird's all right. After that,
Jason
every
Tatum?
Celtics team sucked after that, especially Jason Tatum. He'll never be as good as Luka.
Well, horrible. But back to what we're talking about. So they're saying this season right now is horrible for the Patriots. I mean, they can't draft. They can't do anything. Mac Jones is just horrible. They got Zappy in right now because of injuries. I mean, we even got NFL football players even talking about this. Let's see what they have to say.
Taylor Swift's boyfriend with the video here.
Turtleneck.
Travis, it looked like you had kind of a lengthy conversation with Belichick after the game. Can you kind of
I
give
just
us
got all
any
the respect in the world for that guy.
Facts.
You know, every single time I go up against him, it's the toughest job in the NFL to go up against a Belichick defense. And he throws so much at you, and he always has a lot of guys that can play smart. So hats off to, Belichick for today for making my life tough. That's for damn sure. And on top of that, always getting a good group of guys that play well together. Got a lot of respect for that team.
And I know you guys want to kind of stay in your own lane and everything like that, but is it crazy to think that this might be the last time you're playing at Gillette against Belichick?
The fact that you just said that, I mean, yeah, it's wild to even think about. But I got a feeling that guy still has some football left in him.
Ooh, some football. So speaking of football, they're saying the Chargers have dropped their coach. The Raiders have dropped their coach. They both. So that's two landing
Steelers
spots.
need to fire their coach.
Tom, you think
Get the F out of town, Tomlin.
you done with Tomlin? You a
done with
Steelers
him.
fan?
I'm done with
I
Tomlin.
think they said the Steelers only had like 3 or 4 head coaches throughout the whole tenure. That's how strong the culture is.
Yeah, we're bringing Big Ben in as the head coach. He's
Oh,
too
Lord,
he's
gonna
too
be drunk
busy.
every day drinking beer.
Say he's too busy drinking beers.
Nah, but I mean, with this, I can see him. They say if he goes to the Raiders, that'd be dope because I want to say they still got Jimmy G, but he's injured right now. I mean, if so, that'd be great because he originally he wanted Jimmy G, but Tom Brady kicked him out.
He's so old, he just needs to retire, man.
You think he's just done?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he is done, but if I was him, I would be done. I don't know why these like coaches and people in entertainment are like, I'm gonna be an actor till I'm 85. No, I would like to like stop acting at like 50 and then just enjoy my millions.
I mean,
Some actors and people like they could never hang it up. They just want to keep being in the limelight forever. It's
no, you could be like the Penn State coach. Remember the Penn State coach that
die on the field?
No, he remember he went to jail. Then he died when he went to jail. When they got in trouble.
Yeah, I think he got.
For touching, yeah.
Yeah, you can't say it.
Yeah.
But I think he passed away before he ever went to jail, right?
Yeah, as soon as he got in trouble with it, he passed away. But I mean,
that's crazy, man. If you're just old enough, whenever you get in trouble, you could just like I'm done. Can't catch me now.
Horrible, but I can see him as the Chargers head coach because he already got Justin Herbert. So I mean, if he already has a good quarterback, I can see him doing some things. He can turn Justin Herbert to a Tom Brady. I can see him doing that.
No, he's not turning anyone into anything. He's
what?
Just.
You think he just needs to retire?
He needs to go home and hang out with his family.
Oh Lord! So was it the Flagate? Is that what got you all upset?
Oh, it's just Patriots are constant cheaters. Their whole history. Deflating balls, touching balls, all kinds of just things that are unacceptable. Tom Brady always beating the cheat.
What he won in Tampa without cheating?
So he won what, 2?
He won 1 with 8. He won with Tampa. He won 1 with Tampa.
I don't count his Patriots ones.
So he only won 1.
He's a phony jabroni. He's got an asterisk next to his name.
Nobody's gonna remember that. But coming below,
Brett Favre is a way better quarterback than Tom Brady ever was.
What? In which way? And just throwing interceptions.
No.
Oh yes.
About making spectacular plays.
So was Brent Favre a game manager or a game changer?
Superstar, Hall of Famer, GOAT.
Then what's Tom Brady?
Game manager. It's a glorified game manager.
I can see that. Now Cam Newton, look what you started. But comment below, let us know how you feel about Bill Belichick's retiring. Does he need to retire? Does he need to sign on to go with the Chargers? Go with the Raiders? I mean, there's a couple of teams out there that need a coach.
Go home. Go home, Roger.
Oh Lord, not go home, Roger. He can be Cardinals. I'd say the Cardinals. There's a couple places that he can possibly go, but let us know how you feel about this. But moving on, next to last topic of the day, man, we got
what do we got?
We got boxing royalty, man. We got Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis. Not allegedly. You see it here. Gervonta Davis called out Devin Haney. But, later on, it ended up getting canceled out because, Devin Haney is not on the right promotion team. I mean, Gervonta Davis on PBC, was Premium Boxing Channel. They just signed with Prime. So before they even do a fight, they're not going to go on Devin Haney's show, that DAZN show, and do anything. And Devin Haney, he doesn't want a rehydration clause because Gervonta Davis is quick to do that, just like his previous fights, like with Ryan Garcia. He doesn't want to do that. But I mean, hey, I feel like Gervonta Davis, if I'm the A fighter, if people come and see me, if I'm putting the butts in the seats, it don't matter what you want.
I like what Gervonta tweeted. I promise you, your father gonna cry for what I'm gonna do to you, and that's on my dead homie. Your best bet is to enjoy it while you can.
And I mean, he's basically talking about him and him fighting whatever his name, Prestige, and he just won Devin Haney now. But I mean, watching the fights, I don't even think Devin Haney would have had a chance because remember we watched his fights before and it's always slow and boring. All he does is just jab. Yeah,
Devin Haney's more of a points boxer. I'm not a super fan of boxing, but just to me, from the fights I have seen from him, they haven't really been entertaining. Ryan Garcia also was a big letdown against Davis. He just went down from a kidney shot and he just took a knee. It's really, you're going out sad if you're taking a knee in a fight and you didn't get put down.
They finna get on you about that because
why?
Because they had him do the rehab. They had him on a rehydration clause and a catch weight of 10, so he couldn't.
I mean, I guess that is kind of messed up. I don't think there usually is any rehydration clause. This is something that's new that people started to do.
I think Canelo did it. Floyd used to do it.
Yeah, all the usual cheats.
But I mean, with this, so as soon as so I mean,
No, that's cool.
the hype with the Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney fight went on for a couple days. As soon as Devin Haney won this fight, but they ended that. They said Gervonta Davis blocked Devin Haney's dad because I mean they ain't talking about no real money. They can't put no butts in those seats. They can't even fill out an arena. They ticket sales is real low. So now,
Do you think it's like? Do you think it's actual like for real, or do you think that they use it as like being a scapegoat? Because it seems like every time that we want to fight, it's always one side that says they don't want to agree to this, and I know what I'm worth, and I'm not signing for anything less. So if he ain't gonna fight me for this, I'm not fighting him. And it's like, dude, you want an 80-20 split. You get 80% of the pay-per-view, and he gets 20. And it's like you could do that to some people, especially if you're a big name and you're fighting someone lower. But when you're fighting someone supposedly that has the same name as you, they're not going to go for the little boy deal.
yeah,
I mean, I bet you that's what it is. That's what Davis is trying to do to Haney.
Try to
He's
give him
trying to
20%.
he's trying to give him some small percentage.
yeah,
I
I can see
bet you.
that. You want to give him some small percentage and then
Something that, of course, you would say no to.
basically, and that's why Ryan Garcia stepped up. He stepped up to the plate and said, "I advise my team to contact Haney to discuss and make the fight happen between Haney and I. The ball is in your court, Devin. I made my move. I'm showing you and the boxing community that I'm committed to the fight." And I mean, if you didn't know, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia already fought 6 times as amateur. They split down the middle, 3-3. So, I mean, this could be a good fight. I mean, I can see this is going to be around, 140? You can be in the 140 weight class. 140, I doubt 147. 140 weight class, but I mean, it's still small. Like, you always can you always can
Oh, my God.
Baby.
It's baby weight.
But, I mean...
it was... What's funny is it's like, I think I saw that something on Twitter, Tony Romo when he was dating Jessica Alba. Not Jessica Alba.
Jessica Simpson?
Jessica Simpson, excuse me. That he was drafting up a prenup. They never got married, but his prenup said something that she could never weigh over like 140 pounds. Or she would start getting fined for being overweight. So like, it's funny. Just like that's a small weight, even for like. I mean, that's a good weight for a woman, and then it's like these guys are like, I'm 145.
I'm 130. Yeah, Gervonta Davis boxes around like 130, 136.
Oh my God.
So I mean, hey.
I mean, that's like 8th grade freshman year type size.
But I gotta say, the way Gervonta Davis fights, I mean, he be throwing them daggers. But I want to know.
Gervonta Davis would need a step stool to fight me.
He is kind of short, but I want to know, who do y'all think is gonna fight Devin Haney? Is Devin Haney should fight Ryan Garcia?
I don't think he should, because for the reasons you said earlier.
Oh yeah,
you said if he fights Ryan and Ryan beats him, then Davis is gonna be like, well, that's a guy that I beat in like a few rounds, and if he beats you, then you definitely ain't on my level. I'm definitely not gonna fight you. And then that fight will never ever happen.
True. So yeah, he's gonna have to knock him out. He's gotta have to
go like only if he knows he could do it.
He has to knock him out. He can't go to the decision.
And what does Garcia do if he loses to Davis and then Haney? Does he retire? Does he become a TikToker?
We're like Romello, like the other dude, Romello dude. Oh man, he's horrible. But yeah, basically he is, because he ain't going. It's gonna look real bad on him. I mean, unless he's gonna fight. Now, I don't think he's too small to fight those Spence. He can fight Spence.
Spence and Ewell or
Errol Spence.
Yeah, Ewell Spence. Yeah, I forget his name.
He probably could fight
Ewell.
Got
a weird name.
Yeah, Errol Spence out there. I mean, it's a couple people, but I mean, it's Errol Spence. I still want to see Errol Spence fight again. Yeah, that's the one that lost to Terrence Crawford real bad, and he was like, "I want a rematch. I want a rematch." He's like, "Yeah, I don't think you deserve a rematch. You got beat real bad."
For all of our boxing viewers, because for whatever reason we do good on boxing videos, we are boxing casuals. We like watching boxing and MMA for fun. We don't know every fight style, every fighter's name, every fighter's height, reach. We don't know all that. We're not super fanatics. We're two normal guys that like to talk about boxing and UFC for fun. We do specialize
a little more than most
in NBA and NFL knowledge, but we still like to talk about fights that we catch, because we do watch a lot of the pay-per-views, whether it is UFC or boxing. Like we just watched the most recent UFC card that just happened while we were barbecuing. It was pretty epic. So
do you have a favorite boxer that you used to watch?
Favorite, I don't know if I really had a favorite. I just liked
You like Manny Pacquiao back in the day?
He had some good fights.
Manny
I remember
Pacquiao.
when he got knocked out, and they
Roy
put the sim at me.
Jones.
Roy Jones. I did like Roy Jones Jr. I watched a lot of his fights. He's pretty good. And he was also one of my favorite fighters in like Fight Night. Have you been playing Fight Night? We both got Fight Night. They still have the online servers on the
I need
Xbox.
to get that. Get it signed up,
It's the
man.
Xbox One enhanced. You have the game.
Yes,
You just need to play it.
I need to play
And
it.
we need to record it.
Facts. I got this weekend. It's almost that time.
Oh,
I
no,
got a 4-day weekend coming up.
We partying this whole weekend.
Oh yeah, we getting drunk.
But
enough about all that.
Any other comments about this?
Like, comment down below. Let us know who you think the next boxer fight Tank Davis needs to fight. Let me know. Do you even want to waste your time of watching the Devin Haney Garcia fight? I mean, I don't think I do, but I mean, we gonna see what's going on. You guys let us know. Comment down below. But hey, this is TFTC Sports. It's your boy Jesse J, Philip Supreme 305, my co-host.
Chico Grande, Chico 2 times. Check out everything we do. We do an NFL podcast every week, NFL Weekly Picks. We do a current events podcast where we talk a lot of trash about celebrities and politics and make fun of everyone. Check that out, the Tales from the Crib podcast. We do TFTC Hoops every once in a while where we break down the NBA and give you my NBA guru knowledge. We also do TFTC Sports when we got more than just basketball, and we talk about some things that we're interested in, like UFC and boxing. And maybe, who knows, what pops up on our radar. We're like ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Ooh.
But thanks for tuning in. We will see you in the next episode. Check out all of our other videos. We just dropped a whole bunch of stuff on this channel, so go check out all of our playlists. Go check out our reaction channel, our gaming channel, clip channel if you like to watch things clipped out. Any other words, co-host?
Check out our Patreon, and thank y'all for the support, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how you feel about the sports, and but we out.
We out, baby.